Equipping for Excellence is a 4-month program that we offer to graduates of college and university programs in the area of broadcast and media. And we really enjoy having these eager young people in our midst. We want you to meet them too. Now, these are the communicators of the future. So guess what? I'm going to let them introduce themselves, tell us where they've graduated from, and I want to hear from each one of you. What's the most meaningful thing you're taking away from your time with us? Lady first.
Okay, so my name's Christina Vero, and I graduated from the University of Toronto with Honours Bachelor of Arts degree, and then I went to the University of Western Ontario for my Master's in Journalism.
Wow.
Yeah, and my biggest takeaway from this experience is just learning what a supportive work environment is like. That was really big for me because everybody here is so friendly and so encouraging and really wants you to learn, and I think that that's kind of hard to find now, and I know a lot of people my age just really want somebody who's willing to give them a chance and let them use their skills. So that meant a lot for me to be here, and I learned so much, so it was a great experience for me.
Very good.
And my name is Graham Little. I graduated from Houghton College with a Communications and Media Arts degrey.
Where is that?
It's in New York State. It's a Christian liberal arts college. I am Canadian though, so I'm back home. And what I took away from this is the benefits of having a very positive attitude in the workplace, and like Christine mentioned, and then also through leadership training sessions we've had, I've helped to learn to be intentional about your actions, both in relationships, to be intentional about that, and about the workplace, and also in your relationship with God. I feel it's been really helpful for me in my development.
My name is Sal DiNardo. I graduated from Mohawk College in Hamilton. And my takeaway from this experience is that I learned aspects of the entire television process, and I was able to develop my character and learn life lessons and grow spiritually in my journey.
Sal, I think you took a little heat from friends who were saying, "Hey, they're not paying you for this."
Yes.
How did you respond to that?
Well, yeah, because I work retail. I have to work a retail job and this at the same time, and a lot of people have been discouraging me, saying, "Oh, why aren't they paying you? Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that?" And I now that I understand that there's always a dark force like pulling you downwards, and I believe that you should always be on defense and be aware of it. And just one way I could just would answer that question would be with the Bible verse Proverbs 8:11 was I am wisdom, I am more valuable than any gems or jewels. So that just spoke to me, and it just makes so much sense because you can't pay any amount of money to learn what I learned, and the people that I've met here are just, everyone was inspiring to me. And yeah, I only have a minute to talk, so I'm sorry.
Spend all that you have to get wisdom,
yes.
Solomon said. Good.
Thank you.
Andrew.
I'm Andrew Thompson. I'm from Niagara Falls. Graduated from acting for film and television from Niagara College in Welland, Ontario. And the biggest takeaway I got here was we just actually did this assignment last week, and it's called Strength Finders. And we talked about how we're to get better at our strengths and do well at what we already are good at, and not focus so much on our weaknesses. Because so many of us think that I'm really bad at this, I really have to get a lot better. But actually there's gifts and talents that we're all blessed with that if we just work on those and harness those even more, we can be an even more valuable asset to a team environment such as we are here. So that's probably my biggest takeaway so far.
That is wisdom. I remember a pastor saying to me many years ago that, you can perhaps function, pull it off, learn a skill in an area that is not your gifting, but it'll suck the energy from you. Yeah. Whereas when you work in an area that God has gifted you in, you're energized by it. That's where a dear niece of mine is looking for a career now, not just a job. And she said, "Well, I could do this, but I'm not really interested in that." And I said, "You know what? You want to find something you do even if you weren't paid for it. Because it's such a joy. It's what you were wired for." How many of you know what you're going to next? We have you till what? December 18th. How many have a plan? Nobody has a plan.
Come on, we're honest.
You know what? That is really okay, because I have a verse for you. And I really just found this in the New Living Translation. I'm going to put it up on the screen because maybe you are looking for what's next in your life. And this is Solomon again. Everything has already been decided. It was known long ago what each person would be. So there's no use arguing with God about your destiny. Isn't it encouraging to know, to really know, that the God of heaven and earth, the Lord of your life, isn't scratching his head, what am I going to do with it? You know, he wrote it down before you were born, and he's looking at it and smiling, and you just keep moving forward with him, and you're going to get there.
I was going to add to that too. I was just going to say that I think I had that thought of like letting everyone say what they thought about that, but I was going to say that our plan is already, like it was made before we were born. So like, you know, we just kind of got to walk in it now and trust that we'll be in the right place at the right time. So
Absolutely.
What has been will be, and what will be has been. So
Listen to these preachers. They're going to get the podium out here.
wisdom. Sorry.
We have a sample of something you've worked on together. Andrew, I'm going to let you introduce it.
Sure. Well, this is a project that we all worked on together. This is our final intern project that the four of us got to work on. And it's my story, it's my testimony of how I came to the Lord, and sort of the journey from like kind of, you know, when I was in a bit of a dark time to now. And everybody helped to put this together, and I couldn't have done it without all these guys here. So it really brought us closer together and helped us kind of get to know each other and kind of work, you know, away from the building, if you will, and just kind of on our own time. And I just want to say thank you to these guys, because I would not have been able to tell the story without them. And it's just an honor to share your story and actually have them see value in your story and be able to share it with who knows how many people. So
Well, it's going to be at Crossroads 360, so you all will have a chance at home to see this. But I'm seeing this segment for the first time. Let's get a preview.
The first time I smoked marijuana was, I think, in grade 10. Then I thought, what's the worst that can happen? And then I ended up getting high and was laughing and everything, and I thought it was fun. After I got caught and I was pretty much alone after school, the high wouldn't really be so great anymore. It would be more of like a depression. I was talking with my friend. He kind of just flat out said, you know, I think you should stop with the drugs. And I just kind of looked down and said, I know I need to. When I was first encountering Jesus' presence, I said, you know, why me, God? Like, why do you want me? And it was hard to take in. It was almost like a part of me was like, no, I don't want to do this. He understands the difficulties we go through. He's with us in our pain. It says in the Bible that there's nowhere where God is not. He's omnipresent. The truest form of unconditional love comes from God's love. And I've seen that very clearly in the last 2.5, 3 years. You know, Jesus reaches out his hand and says, you know, will you come with me?
Is this titled, Andrew?
Is it still? Do you still have a working title right now? I'm not really sure.
Not
It's
really.
It's coming.
We're kinda-
You've got till December 18th to get all your work done.
yeah.
And the full length will be?
We're saying roughly 5 minutes, somewhere
Yeah.
around there. So originally we thought 15, but we're like, yeah, we want to try and keep it nice and concise, and you know, just tell our story with a concise amount of time and not, you know, overdo it. So
You know what? This is, I'm going to sound like the school teacher here, but this is such, wouldn't you agree, a valuable exercise to sit down and write out your personal faith story. You know, a lot of ministries encourage doing the 40-minute version, the 30-minute version, the 5-minute version. What would you say to a person at a stoplight if you only had till the green light to share who Jesus Christ is to you? Have you done something like that? And have you had a lot of spiritual input while you've been here?
Definitely.
Good.
Yes.
Well, I want to encourage our viewers to pray for Christina, Graham, Sal, and Andrew. These are going to be the messengers of the future, as I said. And hey, maybe you are watching and thinking, oh, would I ever love to do this? Our next crop comes in January. You can go to crossroads.ca and find out more about being the next person on this couch. Bless you all. Thank you for being with us.